Hey guys, I thought I'd bring you an update on the fish room build out. You can probably hear a dehumidifier going on in the background, some water running. I turned off the blower for now just so you can hear. But I thought we'd do a quick walk around the room, talk about what you guys want to see coming up. I think personally I want to do more how-to videos on building stuff for myself. I can just show you guys. Maybe focus on stuff I'm working with here, reading, that kind of thing. But I've also had some requests for talking about current topics and things like that. I've got a room that I'll show you here in a little bit that I can set up as kind of a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a video log room or something like that. You know, it's basically me sitting in front of a camera talking about stuff. And I can do that as well. You know, I don't know if that's anything different than what other people are doing though. I just wanted to do stuff more to get into anyway, to show you guys how I'm doing it. But, you know, in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys want to see. I definitely want to do some more fish room tours and stuff like that. That's definitely in the works, or at least always on the agenda, because I enjoy that. But besides that, you know, working in my own fish room. But otherwise, I thought I would just show you what I've done so far. Alright, so here's, you know, the first rack in my fish room. Start over here, I suppose. We have a dehumidifier keeping the temperature up and cooling. I've got a Cinderblock rack here that I'll probably show you guys how to make here eventually. And you know, the great thing about this rack was no tools were required. I bought 10-foot 2x4s and cinder blocks and set this up in about the course of 30 minutes or so. So no tools required at all. Anyone can set this up. It'll hold 55s or 40 or 20 highs like this. And yeah, I mean, I only stacked it too high because I like to be able to reach everything easily. I can still, you know, reach these top tanks easy. But yeah, so, you know, this is the first rack, and then we've got, you know, the rest of the room, which is still a mess, and I need to move a bunch of stuff. I've got, you know, you can see my workbench here where it's lots of hole saws that I've been using, and you know, drills and that type of thing. You see the tripod I was just filming on. You know, there's all this room. There's more 40s over there. But this is the main fish room. And you know, it's going slow because I'm trying to do it the way I want it. You can see over here, if you look down on the wall, there's a drain pipe, and there's another drain pipe. And then right now, while I'm doing this video, we're changing water in all the aquariums. See if I can find a cleaner tank or a better angle to show that. But yeah, so we've got water coming down through the water system that I put in, and that's being fed from a pump over here in the, I guess I'm going to call it a water closet or something like that, which I'm going to put in a better system here, but it's just a mag drive 9.5, and I'm pumping water to the tanks, and then the water itself can go out the drain in there, and it comes all the way down here. You can see some of the tanks are currently draining. Of course, yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but yeah, everything's, you know, doing a water change. It's not fully automated yet, but yeah. So things that I'm playing with currently, I've got some mollies, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but we have really soft water here, and it's not easy to get a good quality molly. So I'm playing with those. Got some guppies down low here. This is just some fry that I had outside over the summer that I brought in that I wanted playing with. You can see here that the air's not going because the blowers are loud, and eventually I'll replace that with something quieter, but for the video I didn't want to be too crazy loud, even though I'm sure there's a lot of feedback right now from just water and the dehumidifier. But nothing down in this tank. This is actually just a staging tank for one of the next videos I'm going to shoot. So nothing going on in there. Up here we've got some benchai pistos. Got a pair that haven't done anything yet. Just them. There's no snails or algae or anything in there, so you can see, you know, algae is on the front glass. You know, this is what a fish room looks like typically. If you're not showing up the day of to shoot a video or something like that, you'll see some algae and some things like that. Because once once these guys breed for me, all the fry are going to eat off that algae, and it just makes my life easier. So I'm not working too hard to keep it clean. I'm sure in the future there'll be videos where it's much cleaner and stuff like that, but you know, I'll have a little more time at that point. And here we've got Liberty mollies. Kind of keeping with that molly thing is hard to get. This is just a rare fish that I don't know, I'm going to say it's that rare. It's not a common fish for sure, but it's kind of a fish I fell in love with. Kind of a slender molly with that bright color you can see there. You've got these guys that I'll probably start breeding. It's a bare tank at the moment, so you know, any fry that come out are not going to survive. Down here, we've got a group of Claroplecos, which is LDA08. These are the true dwarf bristlenose. So these guys, what you're going to see when you see them pop out here, these are full grown. It's like that's full grown male there. And he's 2 3/4, 3 inches. This is a project that I definitely want to get going long term. They're not, it took me years and years to track them down. I've got some at the store for sale, and I've got some home here that I want to breed. That's the real goal. I just brought in a lot of them so that I can make sure I have enough to play with. Down here in this tank, we've got a super red bristlenose that I want to start playing with. I've got the mate to it that I'm going to pair up with it at the shop still. I haven't brought it home. Then I've got some Piscigrama Penduros that I got from Ted Judy, and no breeding yet. I mean, the female's nice and yellow. We're watching in reflection here is what we're doing. You can see she's definitely trying. He just hasn't quite pulled the trigger yet. And you know, I think a little more food maybe is in order. They've already built up that pit there on the coconut, and you know, I didn't do that. They filled it in, so she desperately wants to have babies in there, but he just hasn't committed to it yet. Of course, every time I come up with the camera, they're much more hiding than if I didn't have a camera. But then up here we have horrible algae farm, and that was kind of intentional. I was seeing if I could get Daphnia and blackworms to live together, and I did for a while. But then the algae kind of took over. So if we really look through here, and this is definitely a tank that I should get something in here eating. But you can see there's lots of live blackworms. And so they've been thriving in this environment, even though the room here is about 80 degrees. I'm keeping it. Yeah. So I'm running all Phoenix lights. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a fan of those. These are all the low light stingrays. And yeah, so let's talk about what I'm going to do going forward. At least what I think I want to do as of today, at least. I'm thinking where that block is right here. That's the next row. So it gives me about 3 feet between the rows. And I'm thinking it's all going to be 40 breeders. And that would be kind of a line of 40 breeders going all the way to about where that wood is. And then on the other side of that would also be another row of 40 breeders. And then after that, I'm not sure where we go. We'll put in another, another row. The goal will be to tie the plumbing back towards this plumbing here, so that it doesn't block. Like if I put plumbing, and if I put plumbing and go straight here, once I move all this stuff out of the way, obviously, and cut in over there, it's going to block the door here. So I'm going to cut in here. And you figure tanks will be, right to about here or so. And then this next row that we build, I say we because you'll probably be watching how it's done. This next row will go all the way to the wall, and then it's going to go down, and so that will leave a channel here so that I can still get to the sink and stuff like that. But yeah, you can see what happens when you have open tops and no auto water change on the system over here, and own a fish store. Time falls behind. Fish are still breeding. There's lots of fish going on. We've got, but there's definitely algae. As you can see, I've got way too much light on that tank for what's in there. But lots of breeding going on. There's some duckweed farm. Lots of salvinia and panda guppies down there, as you can see.
But yeah, so fill out this room. All these cabinets here, not cabinets, but workbenches, they all need to go into the next room, which is going to be my shop area, where I'll probably be shooting some videos on some stuff to do, and that's going to be in this room over here. And then we have my third room, which this is where I could create, well, it's actually, there's 4 rooms, but this is where I could create kind of the space to do a webcast or something like that. Pardon the sound here, I'm going to turn some light on. This is all Cinderblocks for building more racks. Then I've got some koi indoors, stuff like that, some supplies like 10-foot pieces of pipe and that type of thing. And then I've kind of got this spare tiny little room. Let me turn the light on here. Oh, great, my light doesn't work very well in here, but that's what you get when you buy a new house, I suppose. But yeah, I've got like this brand new acrylic tank sitting here, but it could be a computer looking out a window, and you know, I could move out carpet remnants and cabinets and things like that, and you know, hang a bunch of cool fish posters I've collected, and you know, I could talk about stuff in here if people want. Could be fun. Don't know. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. You know, right now I'm working 6 days a week at the store, so only taking a day off, and so things are progressing slowly, but I thought I would just update people, you guys in particular, on what's going on. Actually, if we look out the window here, I've been just collecting more supplies. You can see I've got a light glare there in the window, but I've got some of those big IBC totes, and those things will hold 330 gallons of water, and they're actually going to go, one of them at least go in here, and that's what I'm going to, I'm sucking air here, but that's going to go in here so that I can stage my water and heat it before I pump it out to the aquariums. So yeah, lots of stuff that I need to clean up. There's just lots of stuff from building that, you know, putting things together, styrofoam, all this stuff needs to get picked up. Stuff needs to get moved out. Racks need to get put up. I need to go buy a bunch of tanks, stuff like that. But yeah, that's you know, that's even another webcast episode or something like that, or whatever. You know, how to get the best deal on a tank. I've got some tips for that, so you can get really cheap tanks.